since you don't want to really understand, you don't want to really go into it, but I'm gonna go into everything.
Yeah, yo, let's go. We got my man.
What's your hustle?
What up, it's your boy Willie Woe.
Yeah, it's Marley Marl.
And we in the building, you're checking out the best of All Hustle Podcast show.
Yes.
Make sure you follow us on All Hustle Podcast Everything. And we got a special guest in the building.
NJ Suit.
NJ Suit.
Make some motherfucking noise. I'm ready to flip the table, man.
I paid
yes.
$dollars for this thing. Hey, yo, he's a special guest because this gentleman I've known for years through other people, as well as if you don't know him and you're in the state of New Jersey, then you ain't never been to no party. He's an event curator. That word is so hard for me to say. Curator. That's how you know I'm ghetto.
I never heard of the word before. What is it?
Him a promoter.
Where did you get that word from, brother?
Off his IG.
Oh yeah, that brother getting that money. He know what he doing.
Hey,
all right, now how do you pronounce that? Event what?
Curator.
Event curator.
Yeah.
So that's a promoter.
Like curator, like one of them coffee machines.
It's like a somebody say a secretary, you be like, I'm an executive assistant.
Yeah.
It's a different form,
Okay. I never heard that. That's fly. That would make me want to fuck with him right there.
I call my executive assistant the jumper.
So who's some of the people I know? We got my man listening all that. Who's some of the people that you brung out that you know? Just one or two names for a brother, man.
Oh, well, I just go just the recent. The last two was Rick Ross and Young Jeezy.
Oh my God! What you said? How you said that? Curator.
Yeah, like the curator.
Yeah, he getting money. He getting money.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a gem, right?
Yes, sir.
I booked Jay-Z when he was $2,500 back in '96. When he was $2,500.
How long you been doing this?
Since '95.
What?
Yeah. Because when you used to go to the labels in New York and pay them directly at the labels for all your artists. When you book an artist, you just have to go to the record labels in New York and pay them at the record label.
Word. So you didn't go through their manager, you went through
somebody need to do a documentary
on you. I used to be the manager there, but I used to go to like Duck Down, Rockefeller. I went to I used to go straight to the labels and pay them, meet the manager right at the labels and pay them right there.
Oh, I never knew that.
Somebody need to do a documentary on you, brother. That's some good shit right there.
Well, tell us where you from.
I'm from East Orange, New Jersey.
Okay. Salute East Orange. Ill-Town, double R.
Yes.
But yeah, man. So now what would you tell? Because this is the most important thing for me for the show, as well as more for your nephew or your child. What would you tell them if they wanted to be a promoter or a curator? The first 5 things.
I think it's only one curator right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like my man got that shit locked right now. Yeah, he invented that right there.
The first 5 things.
Yeah, if they want to get started.
If they wanted to get started, I would tell them that it has to be something that they passionate about.
Right.
Not something they in it just for the money.
Okay.
Because anything when you just in just for the money, it doesn't last because if the money don't come, you're not passionate about it no more.
Mm-hmm.
Second, I would tell them to build a network. You know what I'm saying? First amongst your friends and family, and then branch off from there. Third of all, I would tell them continue their education because the smarter you are, the better you are at business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like few of the things I would give the advice I would give them.
Do they have to get legalized, or like can you just like if I wanted to go and start throwing parties tomorrow? I mean I know I could just rent a space and I guess hire some people.
It ain't so easy as renting a space though, because sometimes you got a good name. They don't want no drama. You got to have a good name when you're doing a lot of places. So
how do you get that?
I'm pretty sure.
Remember, I'm somebody that don't know.
He worked. He's working.
Well, I've been in it for so long. For somebody that's just getting in the game, you know what I'm saying? A more established venue will not let you into their venue without having references.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you would start probably at like a hall or something that you can rent.
Okay.
And then work your way from there. Like so, if you a young cat, you know what I'm saying, you'll start at high school. If you start doing high school parties, and you know most of the high school parties, they not trying to get nothing fancy or elaborate. They get rent a little hall, get a DJ, and as you know, if you was in college, you do the college parties. Most of them they do them on campus. Some of them they do them off campus. You know, but that's some of the things that you could do as you get more established in the business and you start acquiring different venues that's sexy and upscale. Those are your reference. I always tell people your venues are your references. It's like a job. You know, it's like when you fill an application out and you put on your job that you do electricity.
You worked in Pfizer or something.
These are your references. So now, with a lot of venues, a lot of people ask me, how do you get a venue over here? 'Cause a lot of times I do a lot of venues in suburb areas. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I have an older crowd now, and they, it's just make them feel safer.
That's right. You did the day party with the dude.
He dropping jewels for all y'all that want to be promoters, because you can't be a curator right there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta step your game up. He been around since the 90s. You heard me? So you can't be no curator.
Yeah.
Party. All your parties I noticed be like little meats, big meats, little meats
from the show for the BMX.
I had to work. Man.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. I'm sorry. I know, because I'm really excited, man. I've been wanting to meet this dude for a minute, man. Two things. One, how do you make money? Because when I try to throw a party, I don't never make no money, and I'm not sure.
He got Little Meech. He got Rick Ross.
I ain't got nobody, and I still can't make no money. Like I try to buy $5 and you get a soda free.
I tell people, like, when you first starting off in the game, you shouldn't try to get an artist.
No.
Because you want to establish yourself first with doing regular events. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's getting the people that are around you. Just say you say you're from Orange. So most of your fan base and most of the people that support you is going to be from Orange first and foremost.
Okay.
So you try to build that up and get as solid as can be. You know what I'm saying? Before you try to branch off. So you try to get Orange and lock in everybody from Orange and get that as solid as you can be and have them talking. Because, in this game, we have social media.
Right.
We have, I come from the game, from the era of used to be outside 2-3 in the morning. Yeah. Going to 7 clubs in one night, putting flyers on the car. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about, in any form of business, they'll tell you is no greater marketing tool than word of mouth. Mm-hmm. Because if you come to my event and have a great time, you're going to tell him. Mm-hmm. Yo, because he's going to ask you, how was that event you went to? Oh, man, that dream. Boom, now he's interested. Right. Now he want to come. Usually when you come somewhere, you're going to bring somebody with you because you're not going to come by yourself. Yeah. So now when he brings somebody, he come and bring somebody, and they have a good time, friends, they're going to ask him, yo, how was that? Yeah. Oh, man, now they're going to come. Right. And that's, that word of mouth is sometimes stronger than just social media.
And they're going to see it on social media anyway. Yeah. From both of us that went.
Right. Yeah. So I would tell you, start small in your city, build your core fan base up, get solid and learn the business, all aspects of the business first before you jump out there and get an artist. Because sometimes people book an artist thinking the artist is going to do all the work for you. And then necessarily don't work because for one, a lot of times when you do events, the clientele want to know who's throwing the event, right? Who's behind it, right? Mm-hmm. Who's throwing that party? Because for one, they don't know. If you knew, they don't know if the person actually going to really come.
Right.
Because you don't have a history. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a history of doing an artist, so they don't know if you're even going to show up. So a lot of times when people say, "Well, we're going to this party. Who's doing it?" Oh, such and such doing it. Oh, okay. Yeah, they always having a joke, and the artists always come. Mm-hmm. And see, with me, even when I book an artist, whether I make money or not, the artist is going to always be paid.
Right. I was going to ask you that too.
I never count on the door money to make the artist money.
That's how a lot of people do it.
You can't do that because
because if you don't make it door money, then the person can't get paid. You stuck.
Yeah,
especially if you bring it. Be careful.
And it's bad business. It's bad business because, y'all been in the entertainment. It's a close knit community, so the word travel. So a lot of times when you just like in New Jersey, if just for example, like I said, I just had Rick Ross and Jeezy. Yeah. So now when you come into the city, Jeezy might hit Rick Ross because he just came before me. Was like, yo, how was the promoters? Was everything good? Was my safety good?
Yeah.
Getting in, how was it after the party? Was the money straight and all that? They going to preference. They have a relationship. They going to preference. Right. Oh no, everything was good. Security was good. Money was good. Everything went smooth. Boom. So you building those relationships, and that they continue, and they're going to champion you. They're going to be the person that's telling people, no, they solid up there. Your money going to be right. You're going to be safe. No problems. Boom. That's why a lot of people rock with me. It's no problem. I have no issues.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, Maul, I asked him what questions he wanted to ask, man. And one of the questions, what was one? I think it was number 7. You wanted to ask.
What's the craziest thing? What's the craziest thing they ever had?
This table.
What's the craziest thing that anybody ever had in their writ? Like.
And the writers? Is it? What is it?
The writers. The writers. Yeah, the craziest. I'm gonna tell you what, and that was just recently. Rick Ross wanted 37 bottles.
Wow. What? Exactly 37 bottles.
It was his brand of liquor. The Bel Air,
So you had to buy his
rosé,
brand of liquor.
his brand of liquor. He wanted 37 bottles. So not only if you have the cost of what he costs to come perform.
Right.
Now you have a rider that has, and this is, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
The most I ever seen was 10 bottles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was 37. So now you got to factor in the cost of what it's going to cost for 37 bottles.
And if you ain't doing all that, you must not book Rick Ross.
And the thing is this where when you establishing a game where relationships come.
37 bottles.
So now my relationship comes in. Now I reach out to the people who I'm connected with and say, hey, do you know the people who run Bel Air, New Jersey?
Right.
Yeah, Soup, I know him. I need to get in contact with them. I'm doing Rick Ross. I need them to sponsor his rider.
Okay.
So now I get in contact with the people at Bel Air and they sponsor this whole rider. Send all the bottles to the club.
So you
Be careful with the table.
See, I understand that, but see, he's a hustler. Y'all ain't people he just did.
What did he do? He got a wholesale.
Rick Ross won him, the writer, the 37 bottles.
Yeah.
He called the people over at the joint and got them to sponsor because he got Rick Ross already.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So he did his work.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, this ain't for. See, he's a curator. You see what I'm saying? This ain't for no amateurs. You know what I'm saying?
So
He curated that.
You work your relationships because I've been doing it so long. So you work your relationships and get things done.
Right.
You know.
No, that's smart. That's smart. Cause I'd have went and got about 8 bottles and about 32 empty bottles.
Well, then you're looking bad. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't have gave Rick one of the fake bottles. But if you would have got any of them VIP tables, you would have
Do you get a lot of friends? Oh man, you got Rick coming, man. Can I get backstage with him, man? Yo, can I give him a little CD? Yo, can you just bring me back there and get a picture with him? Yo, girls, yo, can you give him my phone number? Can you give him this putty play?
You get all that.
All that?
You get all that, man. You get all that, man. They ask for, can you get me up there to take pictures? Yo, can you give them my music? I got clothes. Can you get them? And I'm like, bro, he's not my best friend.
Do that. You can't do none of that.
I ain't gonna lie. I tried to get Rick Ross a thumb drive one time. His security pushed me.
Oh yeah, security don't play that. Don't play that.
I was in Cleveland doing the show with my man, and I said he just happened to pop up, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna give him this thumb drive. I tried to catch him, and he was leaving. Man, security just hit me with one of them shoulders, man. I just fell back, and I didn't want to fall. I was like, okay, maybe I should just throw it.
They probably like, Mel Groupie, get up.
That's right. You gonna get this thumb drive, Rick. You gonna get this work.
But no, you gotta be.
Hook me up.
It's security reasons, so you can't have people coming to them because it make you look bad.
Yeah. And then the artists get uncomfortable when you have 1,000 people even before they even perform coming up, and they like,
don't want that.
They want to be. You want them to have them as most comfortable as they can because they're gonna give you the best performance. If they come in and they comfortable, everybody not proud of them. They're gonna give you the best. They're gonna give you the best on stage. You know.
Well, let me ask you this, because we're about to get out of here. I know we short on time. I definitely want you to come back. But a couple questions. I want to. Give me 2 pros and 2 cons to being a curator / event promoter.
I'll start with the cons first. You know, when you're doing this business, when you're grinding, you're not gonna see your family as much because you're out here. You're trying to build a legacy. You're trying to create something. You're trying to build a brand. So in building a brand, you already know it's limited time for a lot of different things, and sometimes your family don't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? And another con is if you don't prepare yourself, you don't do the homework, you can eventually lose your money. I done seen, like for example, I explained to you that I had booked Jay-Z when he was 2,500, right? It was my second show ever done. Wow. And nobody told me how to do this. I learned by trial and error. Right. I used to have a rap group that I was trying to produce. This is what made me get into event planning. I had
what was the name of the group?
Steel Click. Okay. So we was trying to get into the music. So I thought of a way up to meet people that was in the industry, have them open up, and also give them the music was to become a event planner at the time. Right. It was a promoter. It wasn't a curator. It was a promoter.
It wasn't a curator.
It was a promoter. I was trying to be a promoter at the time, and that was one of the things that and my first show was Duck Down.
Okay.
I went over there, paid Buckshot Shorty, and he actually sat me in the office. And I guess doing business, he kind of figured that I was new to this. And he was like, how long you been doing this? I had got Sir Richards and Orange.
Yeah.
Sir Richards Orange.
Before it was a male strip club.
Sir Richards and Orange. That was my first joint. Duck Down, Smith & Wesson. Went over there. So Buckshot, and I respect him to this day.
Wow.
Because as a young black man, what he's seen in me, because he didn't have to do this.
Yeah.
He called me to the back of his office, sat me down, and started schooling me on the game of throwing parties. And we sat in his office for an hour. Never met me before that day.
Wow.
Sat me in the office for an hour and started schooling me. Started telling me about sponsorship back then. Wow. I never knew nothing about sponsorship. How I could get sponsors to pay for certain events and pay for this, and just schooled me. I respected that. So the first show I done, the day of the show, it was a snowstorm.
Wow. Oh man.
Wow.
Snowstorm. I'm talking about like 12 inches, bro. So me not knowing, not having a mentor in the game, one of the things is key to see if you can get a mentor if you're trying to get in this business. Me, by trial and error, he called me like, hey, you still want to do the show? I'm like, yeah, because I didn't know I could rebook the show without losing my money.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm going to lose my money, so I'm like, nah, we still doing the show.
Still doing it, right?
We end up doing the show. We come out, it's like 100 people.
Not bad.
And the blizzard, but I'm salty.
Yeah.
Like, you know, since my first one, I'm gonna look good.
Yeah.
You know, my outfit about $1,000. That's what the Coogee is out. I got the Coogee on.
Look good, right?
Yo, man, I'm feeling myself.
Yeah.
I lose a couple of dollars, right? So the next show, you kept going. Yeah, I let Tretch convince me to do. We're gonna do Symphony Hall.
Salute to Tretch.
Now I go from a club, never done a club before,
right?
And saying we gonna go to Symphony Hall.
Just okay.
And do a theater. So now, mind you, I had a hell of a lineup. One of the dopest lineups, and I'm gonna name it to you.
All right.
The lineup was Wendy Williams was our host.
Okay.
What?
Right? She was the host. She was on BLS at the time. She was our host. I had Smooth, wasn't Trigger the Gambler, Smooth the Hustler open.
Yeah.
Paid them $1,500. Jay-Z and Foxy Brown was coming on after them. Paid them $2,500.
Damn.
Then I had Faith coming after Jay-Z and Foxy, $7,500. And then I had the Genius who had just dropped Shadow Boxer.
Yeah.
Liquid Swords and all that.
Classic.
Boom. He was closing the show out.
Wow.
Paid him $7,500. So mind you, at the time when you're doing a theater show, you should at least give yourself minimum 60 days to promote minimum.
Okay.
We maybe did it in 30, right? And you know, I'm thinking you could do it like a club, then get radio ads. I think do it radio. So the show ended up costing us maybe $40,000 to do with the rental, all that, and.
You got to get insurance. Not to cut you off. You got to get insurance when you do shows like that back then.
Yeah, you got insurance.
That's separate.
So
okay.
I'm gonna tell you this: Wendy Williams got on the show, her radio station next day and said it was enough people in there to start an argument. That's how she put me on the radio.
Wow.
So I ended up losing maybe $40,000 off. That was my second experience. I lost on my first one, and my second experience, I lose $40,000. Right? Wow. Never smoked cigarettes. Started smoking cigarettes. So stressed. Right? It's 1996. I'm 23 years old. Right. You know what I'm saying? So from there, it was just start trial and error.
Yeah.
And I slowly started just building my base up and just, you know.
So what's a good number that you would say nowadays if somebody wanted to get into the business to start?
It's different now.
It's different.
Like the artists back in the day, now these artists want 50, 100,000.
Yeah, it's way different. The game is, see, back then, if you went gold back then, your price range was 10 to 15,000.
Wow.
Right? If you was a gold artist, you was making between 10 to 15,000 for a show. If you was platinum, you was making between 20 to 30,000 a show. Right? If you was, just say you sold 250,000 records, you was maybe $5,000 or something like that.
Okay.
Now, you come out with a hit single, you call these people, they tell me they want 20,000. You like, dude, you only got one record.
One song.
Like,
do they even do walkthroughs anymore? Where you can get somebody 5 or 10 grand for just to show up for 20 minutes.
Yeah, they still do that. They still do walkthroughs, come through, hey, what's going on? Peace, they out the back door. But people don't want to, people want to see you rock. You know what I'm saying? So now, the numbers is astronomical now. It's like, it's, in reality, what messed it up was, it was like Home Depot, right? When Home Depot came out, they crushed all the local mom and pops hardware stores. Because everybody going Home Depot. Now when Live Nation come out, Live Nation is overpaying these artists because they trying to lock the game down. So now when the artist normally really supposed to be about 25 grand, Live Nation is giving them 40, and Live Nation own every venue, mostly every venue around the country. You know, so now when they come to the mom and pops, who in reality is what build you up, because when you first come on, it's like a chitlin circuit. When you first blow up, you doing a chitlin circuit around the country. You doing all the hoods around the country, the local promoters, local clubs. And then once you blow and Live Nation take over you forget about the people.
Show your ass,
You know what I'm saying? Who the ones that build you up? And then you come with numbers and they be tomorrow they want 150,000. You like, how can I make money off 150,000 at a club date?
You're right.
100 grand.
I'm about to ask you something that might be, and you ain't got to answer it if you don't want to, but I'm curious, and I'm sure a lot of people are curious too, because we talking some big numbers. And you can't go to a bank, right, and ask for 50,000 because you want to throw a party.
No.
Like, how do you get funding? Not you specifically, but like for some, because this is really about people that might be interested in being a curator, event promoter, or just club promoter. Where are some of the places you can get funding? You go to your aunts and put your family together. Or you go to friends and ask them for $5 grand each. Like,
just like a movie, you gotta go anywhere you can to get the money.
Yeah, well, I will tell you like this, right? It's like with anything you do that you flipping. Like, you start small, save your money. Like, one of the questions you said to me, like, I do everything, and I still work, right? I'm gonna tell you why that's important, because a lot of people at my job, they say to me, they was like, "Suit, man, you be doing all these big parties. You go, why do you still come in here to work?" And I'm like, you gotta understand economics. I said the economics of it is, right? If I'm doing events, and my goal is to make money and to stack money, I said, so my job pays my everyday bills. My parties, I stack all my money. I don't touch it. So now,
bigger and bigger.
So now, when it comes, it took me, the last 6 years to get to the point where I'm at right now.
You doing major moves now? You in Atlanta?
It took 6 years. It took 6 years to slowly build myself up, stack my money. Whereas though all the events I'm doing now, I've been wanting to do, but I didn't have the money for it. So traditionally, you can't go to a bank. If you don't have the credit. And one thing about banks is they'll give you a loan for a house, they'll give you a loan for a car. Why? Because that's putting you in debt. But
talk to them.
They'll give you a $300,000 mortgage, or they'll give you a $40,000 loan for a car. But if you walked in the bank and wanted a $20,000 loan, you might be denied.
You will be.
Do that make sense? They give you a $400,000 mortgage. To put you in debt.
Definitely gonna be $400,000.
$30,000, $40,000 car to put you in debt. But if you ask for a $20,000 loan to make money, you more than likely might not get it. So if you don't have a bunch of friends or family who believe in your dreams, because now you're asking somebody to give you hard money that they got to believe in you and to believe in your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have somebody that to believe in dreams, you have to slowly stack it. You have to slowly stack it, flip it, stack it, flip it, patience, grind it out, put your work in, your hustle in, you know what I'm saying? And I tell everybody, you can't duck the hustle. You can't duck the grind. A lot of people want to duck the grind. You can't duck the grind. Nothing happens overnight. See, they see Jay-Z as a billionaire, but they forget Jay-Z when he had the GS.
On me, I see you, and I'm seeing you everywhere.
He bringing them back, right?
I see you everywhere now, and I'm like, yo, he doing his thing. And you say you've been doing this since '95. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I've been doing this since '95, man. '95.
Wow, man, when I seen that Rick Ross party, it was incredible.
So how did you get in touch with these artists? I mean,
I have relationships with different people from around the country.
Okay.
Then I have relationships. I used to road manage for Naughty. For 4 years.
Oh, you used to road manage for Naughty?
Yeah, for 4 years. So I have relationships through just traveling the world with them. Mm-hmm. So
how was that experience?
The best feeling in the world.
Word.
I tell everybody to go on tour with your friends who you grew up with, right? Then go on tour with people that you listen to and a fan of,
right?
To finally meet them. Like my first tour was in '95. Ryan Rassel took me on my first tour, right? As a roadie.
Right.
And the tour was in '95. The tour was Rodney Rascals, Junior Mafia, Biggie, Silk, Naughty, Lil Kim, SWV, Ice Cube, and Scarface.
Damn.
That was the tour. Because back then it wasn't all hip hop tours. Back then you had to have R&B on your tour to even do a tour. You couldn't do all hip hop tours. I think Jay&M was the first one when they did the Rock the Mic tour with Redman and all of us on. That was like the first all hip hop tour, right? So literally as a fan of hip hop, like Scarface is one of my idols of hip hop. Ice Cube is like, so I'm looking at these guys every like
from the stage.
I'm watching these guys and I'm like, yo, this is Ice Cube rocking. This is Scarface. I'm like a little kid. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't have Instagram back then.
Like, none of that. So and it's like a party every night.
Right.
And we go into a city. You tearing the arena down. Then you go into the after party.
Yeah.
And you go into another city. The next day you in another city. The next day you're in another city. The next day, and you just seeing all the people that you love, and it's like the experience is just like I tell my kids about this. They ask, and I'll be like, oh man, it's like the best experience ever in the world, man. To travel the world and be in Japan and hear Japanese kids who don't even know how to speak English, but know the rap words word for word. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a crazy experience.
They'll be looking for me the next day. I'll be on the tour bus. They'll be like, you alright? I'm like, like this.
You probably won't even make it back on the tour bus.
So doing those travels, I met a lot of people. And then what it is if I don't know them personally, I know somebody that's from Atlanta. I know somebody that's from Texas, and I call them like, yo, just say it was who right now?
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Like, yo. So now, just say for 2 Chainz, I know Cat 1.
That's my man.
Yeah. So
and Trav, Big Trav. That's my dude.
I hit.
Salute to Trav and Cat, man.
Yo, Trav, Cat, Tom.
Yeah,
so
Tom.
I hit Cat like, yo, I need change. Yo, I need the family price. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, all right, Soup, I'm gonna get on the line. Boom. And one of the things is you talking about Lil Meech.
Yeah.
When I was trying to get in touch with who managed Lil Meech, the manager wouldn't call me. I called Cat. Cat, what's up with Lil Meech? I need, all right, I'm gonna call over to Rocket right now, and they called me right back.
Damn.
They said you family, boom, boom, boom. So it's about, in this game, you already know, building relationships, sustaining those relationships, nurturing them, and then you'll eventually come back and you'll need that relationship, and they like, oh no, that's my man Soup. I'm gonna
have to use your name because Cap mad at me. He gave me the family price and I still couldn't afford it.
He just dropped the mixtape too, right?
It was like it was a couple months ago. He gave me a good price, and I was like, we can do it. He got down there, started putting the Airbnb and the tour together. I was like, I can't do it, man. I ain't gonna be able to do it, man. I'll catch him though. I'll take care of it. Yeah. I ain't want to write him a bad check.
I feel you.
But Cap is a good dude, man. He showed us a lot of love in Atlanta, man, a couple of times. But listen now. So, are you taking on interns? Because you said like you would advise a young person to get under a mentor. Do you assist young people if they want to help out with either promotions?
I tell like I always give out information. I'm an information person because I feel like we can't make all the money in the world. Right. One thing we don't do as people of color is share information.
Share information.
You know what I'm saying? So when people come to me and they ask me, Soup, how do I do it? I give it to them. You know what I'm saying? Like
I heard that about
like
you
if you on Instagram, right? You see all these, all these guys that's in the real estate and all that, and then they be like, "Yo, buy my program. It's $29.99 to get more information on." That's cool because some people pay for information, but when I just feel like I'm not gonna always be up. Like, and I know I'm gonna need somebody. So like, the information I might give you, I might need you to throw me a bone 10 years from now and be like, yo, I need a bone. When I cannot fit it, oh, Soup, I got something. Boom, I remember what you did for me. Like, yo, I'm gonna bring you in over here. Right. So, like, people ask me like, yo, can I just tag along with you so I can see? I do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Can somebody pay you to throw them a party?
People have tried, but seriously, people ask me that all the time.
Yeah, of course.
And I try to explain to them, it's not the same experience. Yeah. Because it's like
they want that same money though.
And I explain to them, I'm like, the hard work that go into it. I'm like, if I'm throwing you a party, the people are like, well, who this?
You couldn't put a price tag on it though?
People tried to. people had tried.
Because people don't want to do the work. Everything is easy nowadays. So they say, NJ Soup got it going on. So if I give him blah, 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 he set it all up. I come like a star, collect a check, and it's over.
No, people have tried.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people.
Right.
Like, they be like, and they'll come to me like, yo, Soup, I got 20,000. What can I do? I'm like, nothing. I'm being real. I'm like, nothing. They be like, well, no. I'm like, I got my own 20. Like, and I'm not scared to risk my money. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing about me. I'm not scared to risk it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've done it 1,000 times. I'm not scared to risk it all. But then I tell them, I'm like, look, you have to be able to do something I can't do for myself. Right? I'm being honest with you. You have to be able to do something I can't do for myself. Right. So I tell them, like, look, you got $500,000 legally, not under your mattress. Do you have $500,000 legally in the bank legal? I said, because we can go do arena right now. I got an idea for an arena show that's going to bring us back 1.2. Wow. And I tell them, I'm like, I don't have $500,000 legally, but if you got $500,000 legally, we can rock out. Yeah. I said, but if you got 50,000, it's nothing I can do because I got 50. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a half a ticket, I got an idea that's going to bring us back 1.2 to 1.5. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Right. They like, Soup, I ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? I said, then I tell them, I'm like, well, I'm doing all the work.
You hurt people's feelings, man.
You right. No, he right, though.
No,
right.
One thing about it.
And then if they mess up, it's making him look bad.
But I tell people, like, one thing about me is, I'm not a person that, how you get somebody and you be like, yo, let's do something with it. They be like, yeah, call me. I ain't that person.
That's good.
I'm not that person.
Damn sure ain't do that with me.
Yeah, I'm not that person.
He got right back. I'm not that person. Like, yo, let's do it.
Because you know, some people will be like, yo, let's do something. You call them 10 times, they don't pick up. Because they blowing smoke up your ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not that person that's going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm a person that's going to put it out on the table and say, look, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't going to tell you, I'm going to rock with you over here and do this when the whole time I'm just trying to get away from you. So get away from conversation. Because I want you to respect me and say, you know what? He might have denied me, but he was straight up with me.
Right.
Straight up,
and they can respect that.
Yeah.
Versus I'm bullshitting you, but then you call me, I ain't picking up. And you like, damn, I just seen a post on the gram. I'm calling, but I ain't picking up. Yeah, right. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a Sagittarius. I just always be straight
me
up.
Too. That's right.
Yeah, I just always be straightforward. And you know what I'm saying? And if I could do something, I could do it. If I can't, I can't. You know what I'm saying? If I could rock. And always look at it like, New Jersey, we a C market. We're not even A market. Like in Texas.
What you mean?
As far as, like, I'm gonna give you an example. I was at a music conference back in the day, right? And Kevin Lyles had said, who know the 6 major markets in the United States, right? For selling music and shit. So, me, I'm actually I'm sitting there with Ben. We in Tennessee at some music conference, and I'm, they naming all this, and I'm like, Jersey, because the ignorance in me, and I'm like, you ain't leave Jersey out.
Too. We Jersey, we let them know we in the building.
Yeah, the ignorance in me keeps yelling Jersey. Yeah. But I'm sounding ignorant in a room full of people that know what they talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm in my feelings because they keep naming all this, and I'm like Jersey, because we be like they don't give us our props like they're supposed to. So I'm like Jersey, right? But the 6 major markets in the country to sell music is California, Philly, New York, Texas, Atlanta, and I think it's Miami, right? Because in these markets, and if you do a record in New York and you drop a record, New Jersey and Connecticut is going to pick up the records. Right. They're going to play whatever they hear. Not Hot 97. I'm talking about the radio stations. Right. Whatever they hit in Hot 97, play in Power 105. Before Power 105, it was Hot 97 and BLS. Right. They're going to play those records in New Jersey and Connecticut. If you in Texas, if Houston drop a record, those surrounding cities, radio stations, they're going to play that record. If you in California and you drop a record, Seattle and all these surrounding states is going to play them records.
Philly got the DMV.
They got the DMV. If you in Miami, all those surrounding towns down, they're going to play the record. So I didn't understand at the time what major markets was. Those is A markets. A B market might be a New Orleans and Dallas, Texas, and New Jersey. We don't even have our own radio station, so we're not even a B market. We're a C market.
They don't have their own radio station in New Jersey?
No, we don't have our own radio station.
From New York.
We don't have our own radio station. That's one of the reasons why it's harder to break artists from New Jersey, because we don't have our own platform to be able to break those artists.
I'm surprised nobody never tried.
They did.
People have tried,
but you can't. It was hard to compete.
It's hard to compete when you got them frequencies. It costs a lot of money for those towers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have that type of revenue and capital. You know, you can get a smaller brand base, but if you try to touch millions, it's
compete with Hot 97.
Yeah,
that's major. That's major. But look, man, I know we pressed for time, but I want to know how do people follow you, get in touch with you? You know, because you got a few events or curations.
Do you want people to follow you and get in touch with you?
Yeah.
Follow you is good, but I know you get a lot of DMs. It's crazy,
and I answer them all.
Okay.
Yeah, I answer them all.
Damn, don't say that, Soup. I thought I was special.
No, and my wife, I'll be home sometimes. She'd be like, "You always on the phone." I'm like, "The phone is the money."
You're right.
The phone. One thing about the internet and all that, it made the world smaller. The phone, the money is on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So I always got to check my phone and see what's going on. So I definitely like people to reach out to me. It makes I like to interact with people. Right. So they can follow me on Instagram at NJSoup153. That's NJSOUP, like Campbell Soup 153. On Facebook, Amari Terrell. On Twitter, it's NJSoup153. That's where they can follow.
How many rappers you turned down that want to open up for one of your shows?
Do you even have people open up?
No, and I'm gonna tell you why.
He's a smart guy. He's a smart.
Damn, so I can't open up.
He's a smart guy.
I'm gonna tell you why. And I explain to him, and then sometimes I have to say it. I have to explain it to them to the way as though they don't feel like, because these young guys is kind of crazy,
right?
Like they don't take rejection.
They don't
like how we back. They all right. They feel like you playing them out.
They feel like you playing them.
You big as hell, man.
But that don't mean nothing.
Yeah. It's nowadays. They don't care.
Break you down. Like, you know what I'm saying? But so I have to word it to the point where they don't feel like I'm disrespecting. But I try to explain to them, my crowd is an older crowd. I have an older crowd, a 35 to 50 year old crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because my crowd grew with me from when I was first started to where they at now. So when I explain to them, look, when older people come out, they coming out to see the person who on that bill.
That's it.
They don't want to hear nobody open up. They don't want to hear no songs. They don't want to hear no songs.
I don't even want the DJ to play too long.
They don't want to hear no songs from people that they don't know. Because the first thing older people are like, man, well, who is this?
Yeah.
And what they do is it throws the party off.
They do.
Because if you rock it and you cut the music, and they like, oh, what they cut the music for? They thinking the artist is on, they went on stage, and they look up there and they be like, and then one thing about, see, I came up in music, right? I'm from 19th Street. I live next door to Young Z and Yaya, outsiders. Right? I lived around the corner from Vader. I lived around the corner from Vader, who lived on 18th Street.
Vader.
Right?
Yeah.
Round the corner Vader on 18 was KG.
Lord.
Yeah, it was round the corner from from KG on 18. Ben was on 15. Right? So now when these artists come up, they want to do 5 songs nobody don't know. And I try to explain to them, you got to keep it short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
I said, if you do a hook, verse, get out of there.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
I said, if you did that, people will be able to connect with you a little bit better. But y'all want to get up there and do 3 songs, then like, yo, I got a freestyle one. And now if people don't know the song, they don't want to hear it. Yeah. So what I try to explain to young cats is, I give them this, right? I say to this, in your age group, who's the top 3 promoters in New Jersey?
I don't even know.
Not your age group. I'm just saying the young ones. I'm asking the young rappers. Young rappers.
Okay.
Who the top 3 promoters in your age group? They can't even tell me. Right? I say, who the top 3 DJs in New Jersey in your age bracket? They can't tell me. So I say, how do you want to open up? How do you want to have a career if you don't even know the top 3 DJs that's rocking these clubs in New Jersey, and you don't know the top 3 promoters that's rocking the clubs in New Jersey that's in your age bracket?
Wow.
You have to get out here and build relationships.
Do your homework.
You have to. You can't hit me in my DM after I done spent $60,000 putting an event together and say, can I open up?
Well, how much to open up?
And I don't even want the money, because people don't offer me $3,000, $4,000. It ain't about the money. It's about me protecting my brand. My brand is more important than money.
Did anything ever get extra tempting?
Yes. Somebody offered me 5 racks. Right, and I was like, "Whew, I could pay a bill with this one right here." Like,
just for what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
But you know what? But the thing about it is when they offer you that, now they feel like they own you.
They gonna feel like
now they feel like they could do what they want to do on your stage.
That 5,000, they gonna feel like they spent 50.
They gonna feel like they could do whatever they want to do on my stage. They could feel like they could do how many songs, bring 20 jokers in. Then when the artists come, they don't feel like they got to clear off the stage for the artists to come in.
Then it's a fight. It's security.
It's too much.
Somebody offered me $5,000, but I'm allergic to latex.
Yeah, it's too much.
Sometimes that money is too tempting.
Yeah, sometimes it come with too much. It come with too much. But what I explain to them is, you have to get with the promoters in your age bracket. Yeah. So if you're a young artist, 23, 24, you have to lock in with promoters that's from 18 to 30 years old.
Right.
My age bracket, they don't want to hear it. They not going to download it. They ain't want to hear it. We old. They don't download it. They don't want to hear it. You have to lock in with your age bracket. And I know the top promoters in that age bracket. You have to build relationships with them. You have to build a relationship with the radio DJs. Because I explained to them, so now if a Flex, you trying to get played on Hot 97, right?
So Drewski, somebody.
And they say, where you from? They from Jersey. So now, if they get on the phone, they call Walla, and they call Drewski, or they call DJ Bobby B and say, yo, you know, Turk? Turk? Nah, I don't know, Turk, whatever. They was like, from New Jersey, rap? Nah, I don't know. So now, he's saying, if you're not even hot in your own city, how am I gonna be able to get you when you're not even hot in your own city?
Yeah. Your own city won't support you. Why should I? Facts.
Like I came up in the game with legends
that put that work
like,
in.
I came up in the game like you know Vader arguably him and Kilo produced and the Twins produced Lauryn Hill and Roast. Arguably they say one of the greatest albums of hip hop.
Yes.
I ran with him for 3 years.
Wow.
In the studios. We was signing we was signing Vader. I ran with them for 3 years in the studio. He taught me how to make records.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? He taught me how to make records.
Small world.
So it's like I grew up next door to outsiders.
Yeah.
Young Z and them. As a kid, 9, 10 years old.
Rod Digger,
we went to school together. You know what I'm saying? I came up with Naughty. I was in Baltimore when they blew up. I came back from Baltimore and ran with them.
Wow.
So it's like I'm giving you the game to tell you how you get on. How you get on, you got to put the work in. If you want it bad enough, you're gonna get it, but you got to want it bad enough. Like I did 5 years in federal prison.
Okay.
Came home in 2013 on Elizabeth Avenue. I was coming back from the halfway house. Me and the female I was living with.
When I said halfway house.
Me and the female I was living with, we got in an argument. I checked myself back in the halfway house. Called one of my best friends to come pick me up. Said, yo, come pick me up. I'm going back to the halfway house. We stopped on Elizabeth Avenue at the Chicken Shack. Because I couldn't supposed to have a ride. Drop me off right here. We in the car. And I told him, I said, look, I ain't got nothing. No money, maybe $20. I don't have nothing. I just got a job. I don't have nothing. I said, I'm going to be the biggest promoter in New Jersey. I promise you this. We talk about this all the time. when I was in prison, everybody say, "Sue, what you going home to do?" I said, "I'm going to do my parties. That's the only thing I know how to do." I said, "I ain't committing another crime. I'm going to do parties. Watch what I do when I go home." Boom. So when guys come from Connecticut, who I was in prison with and fed up purpose, when they come from Ohio, who I met, and they be like, "Yo, that's all you said. You said you was gonna do it. You said you don't talk in your bunk all night saying this what you gonna do. But you have to speak into existence. If you don't believe it, ain't nobody else gonna believe it.
Right.
You have to speak this in existence.
Facts.
Right.
Salute that, man. Salute that. Word. I'm a firm believer of that. Sometimes people think I'm crazy, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because everybody I know with some money crazy.
And like, you know what y'all doing, I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I love it, man.
Thank you.
Like, I love it, man.
That.
That's why when you hit me, I'm like, yo, I'm there, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
This thing gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like,
We going on tour and everything.
Yeah, next time I see one of your events, you know, I might see me at the door.
I'm trying to get
No. Next time we family now, so you know.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Let me explain something to you. This is what I do as Jersey. We supposed to look out for each other. We supposed to be able to. So now the next event, like, yo, come through. If I can get you an interview with the artist, look, come get a drop. Come get whatever you need that's going to help build your brand up through my brand.
Right.
Like, yo, look, this is what I can do for y'all. Look, come on. I got right now. Oh damn, I can't even say. I'll tell you off camera. I don't want to give it away if I don't get it. Huh?
Because this is Aaron.
Okay, I'm working on Lil Wayne right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm working on Lil Wayne right now for my white affair in New Jersey.
Did y'all just hear that?
That's why I had Rick Ross last year for my
Right. No, I'm talking
Did y'all just hear that?
Post nothing on that yet.
No, I'm working on Lil Wayne.
Because you got like 3 events going around right now.
Yeah, I got the White Affair in Atlanta.
Did y'all just hear that?
My casino joint,
You
the
just
dress
did
up
the
joint,
casino.
and then I got the Biggie reunion with Lil C's performing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm working on that, and it's like, so now I'll be like, yo, look, come through, see if we get you a drop. Get what you need.
Do is videotape your parties?
Yeah, but you come through video, do what you want to do. Right. We have to help each other build our brands, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever I could do, you know what I'm saying, to help, that's what I'm doing. I'm all Jersey, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever I can do, we already, behind the 8 ball, bro. So whatever I can do to help build Jersey up, that's what I'm on. I'm on Jersey time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the time I'm on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jersey time. I'm on Jersey time. So it's like, whatever we can do to help each other, to bounce off each other, that's what we supposed to do. We creators.
And a lot like that, especially that's his county.
We creators. We created. What you doing right now, y'all creators. So we gotta help each other, build each other up, man.
Definitely. Hey man, we want to thank you for coming through, brother.
Give my man another round of applause one time. Man. He took us down a nice road, man, back in '90s, man, when hip hop was hip hop.
We gotta have him back.
And I done learned a new word today. Cause this brother is not a promoter, man. He don't throw parties. This brother's a curator, man.
Curate the experiences.
That's it, brother.
Salute to 211 Community Impact and Do It All for Lord Underground for allowing us to use the facility, man.
Now, being in Jersey, I'm from Philly, right? Being from Jersey, where can a brother go get something to eat right now, brother?
I was gonna take
you from Philly?
I'm from Philly, man.
I know a bunch of jokers from Philly, man. Like, word is born. Y'all ill, bro. Like, what's crazy?
Philly,
my co-defendant in the halfway house in Philly right now.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
that's what's up. Yeah, South Philly, man. But I need something to eat, though, brother.
Taking down to Jersey 5 still down there on Elizabeth Ave?
You wild, bro. Philly, what? Yo, Philly about that life, yo.
Yeah, man. But shit, North is too, man.
Yo.
Everywhere be the same thing, you know.
Philly wild right now.
Yeah, Philly wild,
Philly
baby.
real wild right now. Yeah. I feel comfortable home in North. Philly, I don't even
What's my man? I had booked him for an event. He's chef. He had me, tall, light skinned brother. I can't think of his name right now, but I had he did a brunch for me one time. But he from Philly. He was on Iron Chef and all that. Yeah, from Philly. Tall, brown skinned brother. I can't think of his name right now. But he from Philly. Yeah, he did one of my brunches like 2 years ago. Out in ramen. Yeah.
Food was right.
Yeah, right. It's right.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably get him to sandwiches. No, sandwiches probably closed.
What time
Jersey
is it?
Fried. It's 9:30.
Yeah, it's All Hustle Podcast, man. Let's close this out,
All
man.
Hustle Podcast, man. Make sure y'all follow us on YouTube, Instagram, All Hustle
Hold on,
Podcast
let's show his
Show.
handle so y'all can follow him. It might be at the next glamorous party.
That's
I will
right.
be at the one in Lavish in Atlanta though. I'm definitely trying to get to that.
NJ Soup 153 on Instagram, NJ Soup 153 on Twitter, Amari Terrell on Facebook.
Yes, sir. All Hustle Podcast, everything.
Hey man, and make sure y'all continue to follow us because we're gonna continue to follow him and keep y'all updated on everything that's popping.
Yes, sir.
All right.
For the invite.
What's your
Thank you
hustle?
for coming through, brother, and we will definitely have you back because I got a lot more questions.
Oh yeah. He gonna.
Until then-
I'm trying to be. I'm trying to learn how to be a curator. So I've been trying to promote back in the day, but I'm trying to be a
I want one
curator.
of them 37 bottles. But until then, you checking out All Hustle Podcast with your boy Willie Woe,
Marley Marl.
and we want to know
What's your hustle?
Peace.